Okay, please come and sit down. Yeah, sit down, facing the Buddha. Can you remove your jacket? It's very warm for you here. Could you please move forward? People on the back, yeah? That's fine, you just let me, it's okay. I just ask the people who sit in the back. Because perhaps the girl has a problem with the leg, you can sit on the chair. We have the chair there. You can move the chair on that corner, yeah? Next to the desk. Could you please close the door? Yeah, close the door, please. Right, good morning, everyone, again.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Can you confirm the name of your school?
Mountbatten.
Mountbatten. Yeah, is it far away from here?
Yes.
And 2 hours. 2 hours. Oh, that's quite far. Where are you based?
Romsey.
Bromley.
Romsey.
Romsey.
Yes.
All right, Romsey. Okay, let me say welcome you to the Buddha Patipa temple. I have to speak a little bit soft because now we are on a retreat, and as you may see the sign. So underneath there is the basement where 60 people are meditating. So we need to be a little bit quiet. Right, and my name is Venerable Bio Baso. I'm from Thailand, but I have lived in England for more than 10 years. I spent many years at the University of Bristol, where I graduated from. And then I spent, I think, 3 years in Birmingham until 2014. I moved in here to help the temple with many things. Right, what we're going to do today, I will give you the brief information about the Buddha Patipa temple. So I think you know the name of the temple before you came here today. So do you hear about the name of the temple? You know the name of the temple? No? You don't know? Right. Let's see. Look at the Black Buddha statue. So this Black Buddha statue is pretty old, probably 700 years old. We can tell from the style of the statue. So the temple was donated, the statue was donated to the temple by the late King of Thailand who died in October last year. And he also named this Black Buddha statue Buddha Patipa. So please say after me, Buddha Patipa. Buddha Patipa. Buddha Patipa. Buddha Patipa. Buddha Patipa. So Buddha Patipa was given by the late King of Thailand just to have the meaning in the sense that may the teachings of Buddha change lives on the mind of people who are living in this part of the world. So Buddha Patipa is the name of this temple. So I hope you will be able to remember the name of the temple. Here in this room, you see the Buddha statues. You see a lot of candles, And these two statues are not Buddhas, and they are the statues of the disciples of the Buddha or the great disciples. And all of these are used as an offering, but basically we use candles, we use incense sticks, and we use flowers. These ornaments are made like flowers, and as you notice, we have a lot of lotus flowers. Yeah? The candles are presenting the teaching in the sense that when we light candles, so the candles will give us the light. For example, at night, when it is dark, and then we need to turn on the light. When we turn on the light, we see what is what. So this means that by following the teaching, you know what is right, what is wrong. So this is the reason why that the candles are presenting the teaching. And then we also use incense sticks. We do use real incense sticks, but here inside the main temple, we use electric ones because sometimes when the people light incense stick and then they leave unattended, it may cause fire. The three incense sticks are presenting the three virtues. The three virtues. So please repeat after me again. Compassion, purity, wisdom. Again, compassion, purity, wisdom. And now you can say together, 1, 2, 3.
Compassion, purity, wisdom.
One more, please.
Compassion, purity, wisdom.
Compassion, purity, and wisdom are the major virtues in Buddhism. So this means that when we use incense sticks, the incense stick will produce good smell. Like good people who have these three virtues, we have a good reputation. Okay? And then flowers. Last Sunday, we celebrated Asana Puja. There are 3 major Buddhist festivals. And one I think in February, we called it Magha Puja. So Magha Puja is observed to commemorate when there was the gathering of 1,250 monks. On that occasion, the Buddha laid down the principles, the 3 major principles. Don't do bad, be good, and then clean, which is in the tells later. And then in May, we celebrate Visakha Puja. The Visakha Puja is observed to commemorate the birthday, the day that the Buddha attained his enlightenment, and also the day that he passed away. So it's like at Christmas time for Buddhists, Visakha. And then in July, we celebrate Asalama Puja, which is observed to commemorate when the Buddha gave the first sermon to the group of 5 monks. And then it was the day that the 3 gens came into complete. There are 3 gens, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Buddha was the father, Dhamma is the teaching, and Sangha, the holy order. Okay? So, the flowers are used to present the harmony and the unity of the followers. So you see here, flowers may be in different colors or even in different kinds. But when they are in the same place, they look beautiful. Like everyone here, although you are from different family backgrounds, when you go to the same school, when you follow the same rules, same regulation, you are united, you are harmonious. So you are beautiful people. Okay? You may wonder if all of these are real gold. As I said before, they are not real gold, they are covered with gold leaf, or they may be painted in gold color. Okay? We do have real candles, but very often very seldom that we light real candles, only on special occasion, and when we have the official services, when we have a very important ceremony, and then we will light candles and real incense sticks. Okay, that's enough about the trial room here. So before I move on, I would like to make a deal with you. You are very quiet. I normally use this bell as a deal when I have group visit from the school. So whenever I ring the bell, it means silence. Yeah? Okay. Right. Before I move on, I would like to hear from you. Before you came here today, what do you know about Buddhism in one sentence? Anyone who volunteered to answer, put your hand up. Anything you know about Buddhism? What do you know about Buddhism?
You know the life of the Buddha.
Sorry?
You know the life of the Buddha.
Live a life.
The Buddha's life.
You learn about the life of the Buddha.
Yeah.
And do you know the Buddha's real name?
Siddhartha.
Siddhartha. Anyone doesn't know the Buddha's real name? No? So all of you learn the Buddha's real name. And please say together, Siddhartha.
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 So Siddhartha is the Buddha's real name. But it's not very often that he was known by this name. Yeah? Most of the time, and the people call him Gautama Buddha. Yeah, Gautama Buddha. Or sometimes Siddhartha Gautama. Right. Look at this. Or maybe better to begin with this one. Look at the elephant. So one night, the queen had a very strange dream. In her dream, the white elephant approached her and gave her a lotus flower. So when the queen woke up, she told this to the king. And then the king called upon the priest, and who were also the fortune tellers. So the priest predicted that they expected the baby. And then 10 months later, when the queen knew that the birth to her child was almost due, and then she got the permission from the husband, the king, and because according to an ancient Indian custom, women prefer to go back to give birth at their parental home, and then she stopped at the park called Lumbini. Yeah, Lumbini. Say after me, Lumbini.
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 Have you learned this word before? So Lumbini is the place where the prince was born. Now in present day Nepal, but the local people don't call it Lumbini, they call it Lumbini. Lumbini. Yeah, but in Pali we say Lumbini. Say again, Lumbini.
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 So Lumbini is the name of the park where Queen Maya gave birth to the prince who was later known as Buddha. It happened on the full moon day of the 6th lunar month in about 623 BC. Say after me again, 623 BC. 623 BC. And this is just the approximate date. It's not the exact date. So after he was born, and then 5 days later, there was a naming ceremony. So as you know that the newly born prince was named Siddhartha. Yeah, Siddhartha. Which means a person whose wish is always achieved. A person whose wish is always achieved. So I can make it short, a wish fulfilled. Yeah, a wish fulfilled. Okay? Also on that day, 8 Brahmins, 8 priests were chosen to predict about the future of the prince. There were 2 predictions. The first prediction said, if the prince lived a monastic life, and he would become the Buddha. Or if he lived a domestic life, and then he would become the great monarch. So his father really wanted to keep his son inside the palace and his son will become the great monarch. And then 7 days later, I think you already know what happened. What happened 7 days later? When the prince was only 7 days old?
He walked.
Huh? He woke. Oh. So according to the story, and he could walk from the moment he was born. Yeah? But 7 days later, what's happened?
His mum died.
Yes, his mom died. When his mom died, and then he was reborn as the male angel. Yeah? Yeah. So the mom died when the prince was only 7 days old. So the newly born prince was given to his aunt, who was also his stepmother, who looked after him very well until he was 7 years old, and then he went to school. At the age of 16, please look at this one. At the age of 16, he got married to his beautiful cousin by the name Yasodhara. The king had built 3 palaces for the prince, for 3 seasons, winter, summer, and rainy season. Until one day, when the prince was 29 years old, he wanted to see how the world outside was like. And then he went outside the palace wall, and there he saw foresights. Have you learned about foresights?
Yes.
So what are they?
Death.
Death, suffering,
Old age.
old age,
Holy man.
a holy man. So please say after me: old man,
Old man.
sick man,
Sick man.
dead man,
Dead man.
holy man.
Holy man.
Old man,
Old man.
sick man,
Sick man.
dead man,
Dead man.
holy man.
Holy man.
And now you can say together: 1, 2, 3.
Old man. Sick man. Dead man. Holy man.
One more, please.
Old man. Sick man. Dead man. Holy man.
Old man, sick man, dead man, and holy man. Do you wonder why there are only men who are old? Do you wonder that? Why there is no old women? Yeah? You know, in ancient India, women prefer to stay inside. So the girls rather go outside. They will go outside only when they have a very special occasion like the festival. Yeah. So the prince saw old man, a sick man, a dead man, and a holy man, or a monk. So when he saw old man, he thought, why we have to grow old? When he saw a sick person, he thought again, why we have to get sick? And then when he saw a dead person, he was very sad and very upset. And he thought, why we have to die? There must be the way to stop old age, illness, and death. So what do you think about old age? Anyone volunteer to say? Do you think that everyone here will become old one day? Can we escape from old age? Unless you die young. Yes, you're right. Unless you die young, you won't have a chance to become old. Yeah? But you know, from Buddhist philosophy, we become old every day. We grow up every day. When someone asks you, how old are you? Yeah? Yeah, when the people ask how old are you, they never ask how young are you. Yeah? When the people ask how young are you, did they ask this question? How young are you? What the answer should be?
15.
This means that we grow up every day. We grow old every day. So because we never ask how young are you. We always ask how old are you. Are you 15? All of you are 15?
Yeah.
Or 14? So who is 15 hands up? 14 hands up? 16 hands up? 16? No, 16. Right. Yes, old age, illness are unavoidable. You may stay healthy, but sometimes you feel unwell. So when the prince saw the dead person, he thought there must be the way to stop this. Could you please turn around? I want to show you this one. So after he returned from the tour, then when he was sitting and thinking about what he wanted to do, after he saw old man, sick man, dead man, and a monk, and then he made a very hard decision to leave his wife, his young son behind. It seemed like he was a little bit selfish, but in fact, it was very hard for him to make this decision. So he decided to leave the palace in order to find a way to stop old age, illness and death, because he wanted to come back and help his family members and everyone, not only his family members. So here you see he went to say goodbye to his wife and also his young son, and whose name was Rahula. Rahula means responsibility. And then the prince was on the horseback. Look at this one. When he reached the bank of the river, he cut off the hair and made a vow to become a monk. So this may be the reason why that the monks in Buddhism shave the head. So here we shave our head every month. The monks, according to the rule, are allowed to grow the hairs no longer than 2 inches. No longer than 2 inches. So could you please turn around? Look at this one first, on your left. So this happened after the prince tried different ways of practices, and one of the practice he did was self-mortification by torturing himself, by fasting himself until his body was like this, was like the skeleton. He almost died, but eventually he thought doing this didn't give him any progress, and then he decided to give up. He decided to give up this kind of hard practice. Then he turned to train his own mind, and there's a 35 under the Bodhi tree. Under the Bodhi tree, just before he attained an enlightenment, he was confronted with the king of evil. So we call him king of evil from our language, Mara. And this king of evil may be similar to Satan in Christianity. So the king of evil came together with his troops to attack the Buddha today. And he wasn't the Buddha yet. His knight and his colleague even had a sniper. And this was added by the artist simply to present something modernized. And the artist want to make this painting unique. So you can't see something like this anywhere in the world. The artist even put the Mona Lisa here. Yeah, I think everyone can see the Mona Lisa. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, okay, you can go and take a close look later on. And there is also the Messiah here, a person with 2 faces. One face belongs to Gaddafi, another face belongs to Reagan, the late president of the state. And also here at the corner, you see the Big Bang under the water. Yeah. Okay, yeah, under the flood. But with the help of this goddess of earth, who runs from her hair, we flooded away the army, and then they were all defeated. And also on this side, you see this one, the Apollo 11, or the first spaceship, landed on the moon over 40 years ago. The Thai aircraft was out here simply to give credit to the Thai Airways International. The paintings were painted by a group of 25 artists in total. There are 25 artists. But there were only 12 key artists. They were supported by the Thai Airways. So this may be the reason why that they want to give credit to Thai Airways International. And we also have the very well-known artist Van Gogh. Yeah. But in conclusion, with the help of this goddess of earth, who runs, and they were all defeated. Even the elephant hold the white flag, which symbolizes surrender. And then after this event, the prince became enlightened and then known as Buddha. Now, Buddha, the word Buddha simply means the awakened one or the enlightened one. So now please look on your right hand side. Look at this one. So this tells us the way the Buddha and his monks live their life. They use the bowl to collect food and then put everything in the bowl and eat from the bowl. After the Buddha attained his enlightenment, and then he spent 45 years teaching people. So this is the way that the Buddhas and his monks live their life, and the lay people can support them by giving food, by offering food to the monks or also the Buddha. And then for 45 years, could you please turn on your right? I want to give you the information about this kind of thing. So until he was 80 years old, under the twin tree, the Buddha was laying down, and he was about to die. But before he died, this man came to see him and requested seeing and listening to the Buddha talk. With his great compassion, the Buddha allowed this man to listen to his talk and also to see him. So this man too became enlightened, and he was regarded as the last disciple of the Buddha when the Buddha was still alive. So before the Buddha died, he simply said, the teaching, the disciplines I have taught you will be your teacher when I'm gone. So this means that in Buddhism, we don't have supreme leader. But in this country, we do have our own leader. The Buddha did not appoint anyone to be his successor. He simply said, the teachings, the disciplines I have taught you will be your teacher when I'm gone. So he died in 543 BC at the age of 80. Right, and then look at this one. Well, this one, as I said before, after the monk died, and then she was reborn as the male angel in the heaven. When the Buddha was 42 years old, he went to the heaven and then spent 3 months preaching his last mother in order to show his gratitude to his last mother. After he finished that mission, the Buddha descended to the human world, and then on that day, and he was accompanied by Deva or angels or the divine beings. And this one in green color, in green, look very special, and he is the king of God. And we do have gods in Buddhism, but we don't have something like a creator God. We do have gods like the divine beings. And then on that day, everyone was able to see each other, even those who were in hell. So this is what happened in hell. Even those who were in hell were able to see human beings. Human beings too were able to see those who were in hell. On this side, you may find some artists, they put their own picture here, some artists. And also on this side, there are some famous faces like Charlie Chaplin, Margaret Thatcher with her dog. Yeah. But come and take a close look later on, and there are many important places on both sides. Right. In Buddhism, we believe in hell and in heaven, but hell and heaven are not the permanent place. So hell and heaven are not decided by your belief. You will go either to hell or to heaven, depends on your own action. If you're a good person, you secure your place in heaven. If you commit bad deeds, it doesn't matter what religion you follow, you may go straight to hell. So it solely depends on your own action. You can make your own way, either to hell or to heaven. Yeah. So we believe that life is like a cycle. We will be reborn again and again until we reach enlightenment or nirvana, and then you will be no longer reborn. Right, okay, now please turn this way. How do you feel now? Yeah, I will give you holy water or shower. So please stay still. The water is just a little bit cold. Sape Budha Palampata Sape Kananti Yang Palangalam Kananti Deharam Kanthami Sapaso Sunakatan Sumangkalam Supakatan Sumukita Sikono Sumuto Resuyeta Samajari Supata Pinangaya Kamangwaja Kamang Patakina Saliti Patakina Patakina Kawana Lapataki Pataki Okay, did you get it? No? Okay, alright. I hope everyone got it. Is there anyone who doesn't get it yet? No? Right. So we give holy water to give blessing to the people. When I say Sunakatang Sumangalang Supakatang Tumanditan, so from the Buddhist perspective, good karma, good people are auspicious. Are auspicious. And we also give blessing like may happiness, may well-being, may success, may prosperity, may long life be with you. Right, now we're going to focus on the basic Buddhist teaching. Again, I would like to hear from you. What Buddhist teaching you learned before you came here today? What do you know about the teaching? I mean the teaching, not about the Buddha. What teaching have you learned? To reach nirvana, yeah? The middle eightfold path, yeah? Yeah, the middle way, yeah, you're correct. Anyone else want to say?
Four Noble Truths.
Yes, the Four Noble Truths. What else?
The mask of existence.
Sorry?
But you're going to ask the three poisons.
Sorry?
The three poisons.
The three poison. Okay, three poison. What are the three poison?
Greed, hatred,
and delusion. Yeah, you're correct. Well, as you still remember, the Buddha spent 45 years teaching the people, and until today, Buddhism is the religion of about, I think, 400 to 500 million people. Because in China alone, I think there are many Buddhists in China. So Buddhists used to be number one in the world. Yeah, number one in the world, but now I think Buddhism might be number 5 something, I'm not quite sure. But the Buddha's teaching can be summarized into 3 major principles. It doesn't matter what school. We have 2 major schools. I'm from Thailand. So in Thailand, in Sri Lanka, Burma, Laos and Cambodia, we follow Theravada tradition. So say after me, Theravada. 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 And then the other school, which is known as Mahayana. After me again, Mahayana. 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 So the Mahayana school is widely practiced in the north of India, for example in China, in Korea, in Japan, in Mongolia, in Bhutan, in Tibet. And we are just different in terms of the minor practice and also how to interpret the teaching. But the core teachings are not much different, like the 3 major principles. So please say after me, the 3 major principles. Don't do bad. Be good. Clean the mind. Don't do bad. Be good. Clean the mind. So don't do bad thing. Don't do bad means don't do any kind, and that is bad. And then be good. Last one, clean the mind. So these are the 3 major principles. Yeah, perhaps we can use our hand as a sign. So when we say don't do bad, we do like this. Okay, don't do bad. Together, don't do bad.
Don't do bad.
Be good.
Be good.
Clean the mind.
Clean the mind.
Can you see me? Okay, I can stand. I better stand. Okay, when we say don't do bad, we do like this. Don't do bad.
Don't do bad.
Be good.
Be good.
Clean the mind.
Clean the mind.
Again, don't do bad.
Don't do bad.
Be good.
Be good.
Clean the mind.
Clean the mind.
Anyone who can speak Japanese? No? Yeah. I ask you because when the Japanese people say doso, like doso. When you prove something, you say, yes, I agree with you. But when you say no. So we say, don't do bad, you do that. It's not like too high, it's not like to wear to say goodbye to someone. Don't do bad, be good, and then clean the mind. So now we practice together. Once more, 1, 2, 3.
Don't do bad, be good, clean the mind.
Okay, I want to do some tests. I will say the word, you will do the action. Okay? I will say the word, you will do the action. Vô nghĩa là okay, I will say the word, you do the action. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, what is my job? What is your job?
Yes.
Are you ready today?
Yes.
Are you ready today?
Yes.
Are you ready today?
Yes.
Are you ready to die?
Yes.
Are you ready to die?
No.
No. I recently went to Australia. If you go to Australia, you may hear the accent. Not in all parts of Australia, but I thought in some part of Australia, instead of saying today, it sounds like a to die. Okay, ready? I will say the word, you do the action. Clean the mind, be good, clean the mind, don't do bad, be good, clean the mind, don't do bad, be good, clean the mind, don't do good. If you are told to do something you don't agree, what you normally do? You do nothing. Yeah, you may say, no, I don't agree. I don't think that's a good thing. So these are what we call three major principles. Okay? And then we can go into the details of the first principle. Don't do bad or don't do bad thing. In Buddhism, we have 5 morals. I don't know if you have learned about the 5 morals before. So what are the 5 morals? Say after me, don't kill, don't steal, respect, don't lie, don't drink alcohol. Don't kill, don't steal, respect, don't lie, don't drink alcohol. Okay, again we use our hand. I'm not sure you can see me when I'm sitting here. Anyway, okay, we use our 2 fingers. When we say don't kill, we do like this. Don't kill, don't steal, respect, don't lie, don't drink alcohol. Okay, maybe better eat outside. Okay, one more. Don't kill, don't steal, respect, don't lie, don't drink alcohol. Do you remember all of them? Yeah, great. Okay. Now I'm going to do another test. And it's a bit complicated. This time, I'm going to do the action, and your job is to say the word. You need to put both hands in your lap and concentrate on my action. I can begin with anything. I can begin with this or this or this or whatever. Okay? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Ready?
Respect. Don't lie. Don't drink alcohol. Don't drink alcohol. Don't lie. Don't drink alcohol. Don't kill. Don't steal. Don't drink alcohol. Don't lie. Respect. Don't steal. Don't kill. Don't steal. Don't kill. Don't drink alcohol. Don't drink alcohol. Don't drink alcohol. Don't drink alcohol. Don't drink alcohol.
Yeah? Don't drink alcohol. Well, drinking alcohol is not good. Yeah? Well, it's not about drinking alcohol actually. It's about after you drink and then you become drunk. When you are drunk, you may become crazy. You can do many stupid things. I can give you the example. If you drink until you are drunk and then you drive a car, what do you expect to happen?
Crashing.
Yeah, you can crash. You can have the car crash. And you can also put yourself in vulnerable position when you are drunk. Some people can take advantage of you. Yeah. So in Buddhism, we do not actually say that don't do it. We simply give suggestion. We simply explain, if you drink and then you will become drunk, when you are drunk, many things can happen. Then it's up to you. We leave it with you. You can make a decision. So now we do together once more time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Don't kill, don't steal, respect, don't lie, don't drink alcohol. I have a question for everyone. Which one is the hardest for you? For you, 14 or 15 years old?
Don't lie.
Don't lie. Respect. You think respect is difficult?
Well, it depends. Okay.
There are many ways to respect. When you regard someone as a friend, you respect that person as a friend. And respect. I think respect is not difficult. So then the second principle, be good. There are many ways to be good. Can you give me the example of being good? What is being good? Not being bad. What is not being bad? For example, to be helpful, yeah? And what else? To be kind, to be what? Be giving, okay. What else? To be sincere, to be polite, to be respectful, yeah. There are many ways. Yeah? But when you look at the Middle Eightfold Path, yeah, if you can follow all of that, you are a good person. What are they? After me, right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. Again, middle way, way of life, right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. So if you are able to apply the Middle Eightfold Path in your life, you are a good person. Then the third principle, we're going to do a short meditation. I still have 10 minutes. So meditation, before we do it, I just like to explain to you, meditation is not praying. Meditation has nothing to do with praying for God or anything. So from the Buddhist perspective, meditation is not a kind of religious practice. It's just a way to exercise the mind. It is the way to train the mind. Like if you would like to be healthy, you go to the gym. You do exercise. So meditation is an option to exercise the mind. And why we meditate? We meditate in order to train our mind, to keep ourselves focused. You know Novak Djokovic? And who is he? He's a tennis player. And what is his number now? He's number 4. About 3 years ago, he stayed next door. And in the morning, not every morning, and he came to the temple. And he made it clear that he is not a Buddhist, but he likes to meditate. So he came to do meditation here alone in this room, and quite often he liked to stay by the side of the canal, or even on that side of the ground. He spent hours or even 2 hours alone just to build up concentration. He thought that concentration helps him to keep focus on whatever he's doing, especially when he's playing tennis. He just focuses on what he's doing at that moment. So now we're going to do a short meditation. You can sit in cross-legged. Or if you can't, just sit in a way that you feel comfortable. Then stretch out the body. Both hands on your lap. Look at the Buddha statue, and if you don't know how to position your hand, right hand on top of your left hand with the tips of your thumb connect each other like this, and then straight out the body. For those who wear glasses, if you like, you may remove your glasses, because when your eyes are closed, you don't need glasses anyway. So I will ring the bell, and then you can start closing your eyes. Now relax the body and mind. Breathe in, breathe out normally. Breathe in, breathe out, count 1. Breathe in, breathe out, count 2. Breathe in, breathe out, count 3. Remember to relax the body and mind. When you breathe in, you know it. When you breathe out, you know it. Breathe in, breathe out, count 1. Breathe in, breathe out, count 2. Breathe in, breathe out, count 3. And keep counting. If you are distracted, just let it go and then bring the mind back to focus on the breathing. Relax the body and mind. Breathe in, breathe out normally as you do in your daily life. Now slowly open your eyes. Well, it's just a short meditation, and if you like, you can do it at home on your own. You may sit for about 5 minutes. It will be good for your memory, because meditation can help to boost your memory. So for those who are always forgetful, try meditation. So I think it's happened to everyone that you are thinking to get something in your room, but when you are in your room, you don't know what you are doing there. Right now, at the end of meditation, could you please come here together like this? We're going to make a wish first for ourselves by saying, may I be happy, may I be free from suffering, may I be free from hatred, may I be free from hurtfulness, may I be free from troubles of body and mind, may I be able to protect my own happiness. So now, please repeat after me. May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be free from suffering.
May I be free from suffering.
May I be free from hatred.
May I be free from hatred.
May I be free from hurtfulness.
May I be free from hurtfulness.
May I be free from troubles
May I be free from troubles
of body and mind.
of body and mind.
May I be able
May I be able
to protect my own happiness.
to protect my own happiness.
Whatever beings there are,
whatever beings there are.
May they be happy.
May they be happy.
May they be free from suffering.
May they be free from suffering.
May they be free from hatred.
May they be free from hatred.
May they be free from hurtfulness.
May they be free from hurtfulness.
May they be free from troubles
May they be free from troubles
of body and mind.
of body and mind.
May they be able
May they be able
to protect their own happiness.
to protect their own happiness.
Okay, now you can make a wish for anyone who is beloved to you. And then put your hands down. So we choose to make a wish for ourselves after meditation because when we meditate, our mind is powerful. So there is the energy. When there is the energy, and then you can make a wish. Before you can share something with anyone else, you need to have something first. For example, before you make a wish for other people, you need to make a wish for yourself. So now I'm gonna give you some time for question and answer. So for those who have question, so please put your hand up. No question? Oh yeah.
Why do you use so much red paint?
I'm sorry.
Why do you use so much red paint?
Why do we what?
Use red paint.
Use
Red paint.
red. Okay. So in ancient country, red is a good color. It's an auspicious color. It's an auspicious color. I don't know in the Western culture what color is auspicious. Yeah, for example, for us, black is not auspicious color. So we wear black to go to the funeral. In the wedding ceremony, we say we use red. In China, we use red, and also in many countries in Asia. Next question, please. Next question, please. No more question?
Some of the students were asking before why there's so much gold paint when Siddhartha Gautama wanted to be gotten like that rather than stuff.
Well, the temple was built by lay people, and because of their confidence, because they want to gain merit from doing this, so it is the lay people business, it is the lay people matter to build the temple in a very good style. So, as Buddhist monks, our main job is to give teaching. So building is not the monk's job. Building is a job for lay people. Like in our religion, they like to build and make magnificent building just to show, maybe just want to show off. This is the lay people life. They want to show off. And also because they would like to offer as an offering to the Buddha, because they strongly believe in the teaching of the Buddha.
How long have you been a Buddhist monk?
I became an Buddhist monk in 1988 when I was 13 years old. 1988, yeah. In Thailand, you have a choice after finishing the primary school. So you're in the secondary school. Yeah. So when I finished my primary school, I have a choice either to go to the primary, to the secondary school, or to become an Buddhist monk to receive education from the university. The purpose of ordination is to receive training and also to receive education. You can do a short term or long term. So from 13 up to 20, you can stay as an Buddhist monk, then study at the monastic school. Or if you go to the secondary school, you can become a monk again at this opportunity. After graduation, before you start a family life, you can become a monk. So you have a choice to stay for temporary harm, or even not in a state forever.
Why do we eat meat if the first precept is to not harm another?
So eating and killing, although are related, but they are not the same thing. And as a Buddhist monk, we rely on the support from other people. We never know what we're going to eat today. And because our life depends on someone else, we just show appreciation for whatever is given. So we eat meat as food. When you drive a car out the rain, the bug, you die in the windscreen. It's not your intention. Your intention is to drive a car. But the bugs or the insect die because of your action. But you don't have an intention. When the monks eat meat, they don't have an intention, let someone kill a cow or whatever animals and then give them meat. So we don't have that thought. There are only three occasions that monks should not eat meat. When they see that the people are going to kill some animal food, and then the monk should not eat that meat. When they hear that, okay, we're going to kill a chicken and then cook food for the Buddhist monk, you shouldn't eat that. Or when you are suspicious, you shouldn't eat it. It's not easy for the monk, I want to eat this, I want to eat that, because you rely on the support from other people.
When Buddhists here meditate, do they do the same organisation we've just done, or do you have different seating arrangements?
So there are different techniques, but meditation can be taught in every school. We do meditation, but the technique may be different. You may focus on the breathing in and breathing out, you may focus on the rising and falling movements of the abdomen, and it depends on your tradition.
And do you sit at the front and ring the bell?
Yeah, we ring the bell. And in fact, the bell is from the Tibetan tradition. This is in Tibetan. I bought this from India. Yeah. But in Thai tradition, we don't use the bell, but we just apply. Like when we start meditation, we ring the bell, so that the people know that now is the time to start meditation. When we finish, we ring the bell again, just to let the people know that now the time is up. And that's it. In other tradition, they even use drum when they are meditating.
How does that head mark?
Sorry?
You said you have a head mark, so
Yeah.
how does that?
And he was appointed by the authority in Thailand.
So is he like, has he worked his way up to the top, or has he?
Well, it depends on the consideration of the authority in Thailand. And like before the bishop was appointed, so the name must be nominated, and then they will consider from the background, from the educational background, from many things, many conditions.
Do you believe they have like a strong relationship with the Buddha?
No, nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Nothing to do with that. Yeah. So it makes it about capability and leadership.
In this time?
Well, I'm okay. Yeah, I go to Thailand quite a lot. Not very often, but at least once a year. But I go traveling around the world. Just recently went to the States. I've been to New York. I've been to Washington. I've been to Miami. I even went up to see the Niagara Falls. You've been there? No. None of you been to the States. You've been to the States? What part of the States? You've been to Niagara Falls? Okay, yeah. Good. Any question?
Why do you wear orange robes?
Well, originally, this color might be derived from the tree bark or fruit or root, because monks in an ancient time used tree bark, fruit or root to guide the road, and then turn it this way. Yeah. I'm sorry?
If it's really hot, you still wear
So the rope is quite thin, very thin. during summertime, it's okay for us to go with this. But during winter time, we need to wear jumper or t-shirt inside. But this morning I feel a little bit cold and I wear t-shirt inside. I normally don't have this on a hot day. And we have skirt like this. But we don't call it skirt, we call it a lower robe. And this just symbolizes simple lifestyle. Because our clothes are not fashionable. And we use these for wedding ceremony, for funeral, and everywhere we go with this. And when you go to park, you have to wear a different dress. When you go to the funeral, you have to wear a different dress. But for monks, we always go with this. It doesn't matter on what occasion. Right.
Why do you take off your shoes? Like, why do you choose to
Well, removing the shoes is a kind of practice of cleanliness and also respect. Because this is the place of worship. When we remove our shoes, it doesn't mean that you respect us.
If you're wearing the same robes to a funeral, couldn't that seem disrespectful?
No, because they are priests. This is the monks' uniform. So it is exceptional for the monks. Yeah.
How do you and the monks receive income? Like, do people pay to come here and meditate?
We welcome donation. The temple survives by donation. And we don't charge the people for coming for meditation here. We welcome donation. We have donation box. We don't charge how much you have to pay us for meditating.
Thank you very much. You've been really
Alright. But if you like that, you can turn around and you want to have good photo, you can turn around and have good photo.
lovely. Thank you. I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
use last take some pictures of the balls in the net, and they're quite keen to take some photos with you about that.
And so what do you want to do?
Are the students in the minute allowed to take some photos?
Yes, as long as you can post appropriately.
Yes.
Yeah. And what I mean by posting appropriately is not like this, that you stand in front of the Buddha statue here. So just post in a respectful manner, that's fine. Yeah. Although we have no photography, so we have that side to prevent some people who do not sell culture. Okay? Okay, you want more holy water before we finish? Just to make it feel fresh. Okay, Subhanallah, Patake, Kanante, and Balahalahan, and the Deja, Rakan, Pampani, Sampasana, Sumakala, Supakana, Sumukita, Supanoso, the Jewish Pramana, Supakina, Kaya, Samawata, Samapakina, Pasakina, I don't get any questions from boys. Boys are very quiet today. Okay. You don't have to put forward. Okay, please turn around. Please turn around. And move backward. I will stand. Okay, move backward. So please sit on your knee. Yeah, sit on your knee. Or you can leave your back. You can leave your back over there. Right, could you please put your hand together like this on the level of your chest?
3, 2, 1. There we go.
Right, thank you. Well, you can spend some time to explore the painting, but don't touch the painting.
How long did it take to paint this whole
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
Wow.